In this video, we will set up CICD pipeline to deploy React App to Azure App Services. So first I'll show you the React application which is in my local. So this is a simple hello world React application, and I'll show you how it looks. npm start. So this is how the application looks like, and we'll deploy this to Azure App Services using CI/CD pipeline. Okay, I'll stop this. So I have pushed this this local code to this our remote Git repository. Okay, now we'll go and build the pipeline. CI/CD pipeline here, Azure repository. This so we'll select. I have the existing YAML already. I'll explain you what is there in that. We'll select that. So we can start from scratch also, but since I have already this YAML ready, then I'll choose that and we'll go through that. Okay, so in here, if you see, this is triggered whenever we change anything in the master branch, and this will be executed on Microsoft hosted agent, and it will we are selecting Ubuntu latest as the image, and these are the set of tasks which will be executed. Now we'll see what are these. So for running React application, first of all we need a Node.js, right? So we are installing 16 version. So once we have the Node.js, then in this step we are like installing all the dependencies of this code. If we see in the package.json, in here we mentioned all these dependencies, right? All these libraries needs to be there. So whenever we run example here, npm install, so whenever we run this command, it will download all these dependencies and place them in this node modules directory. Okay, and next, once we have all the dependent packages, then we run this npm run build. Okay, so here if I show you in the local, here we have these directories, and if I run this command, okay, if you see, it has created this build directory, and it is saying that if you see, it is creating an optimized production build, right? So it has created this build directory and placed all the binaries, or you can say files, in this directory. So in the same way, here we need to run that same command. And where are we running? We are running in build.source directory. So this is the directory where our code will be there. This code will be cloned in that directory, and we are running all these commands in this directory. So once this is run, we saw that this build directory is created. So we want to copy this build directory to our artifact staging directory. So in our last video, we understood that this is the directory where we keep our artifacts before pushing it to our destination, that is Azure App Services. Okay, so with this task, we will be taking this build directory, and with this task we are taking this whatever there in this artifact staging directory, we are converting it to a zip file, archiving it as a zip file. Okay, and in here, finally, this is the task which is going to publish everything to our artifact staging directory. Okay, so this is required because uh, we could have discussed earlier, but let's say when this complete all the steps are, the job is completed, then the agent which we are going to use is will be destroyed, right? So we need that artifact which we are generating in here, right? So I'll show you once it is created. Okay, so I have pressed save and run. What I'll do, I'll show you now. Our pipeline is running. Okay, so it is going to install all the dependencies, and it is going to build the complete solution. Okay, I'll pause this video for few seconds, and I'll resume once this pipeline is completed. Oh, it seems it is very quick, right? So if I go to this pipeline here, in here it has created this artifact. Okay, if you see, this is a zip file which we were talking about. So if I download this and show you, it has all these which we have like seen in this one. Okay, now since we have our zip file ready, now we need to push this zip file to app services, uh, right? So then we need to create I'm in my Azure subscription free trial one, so I'll be creating a new app services, uh, demo apps service. This is the resource group, and I'll say demo app React app service. Okay, basic React app service. Okay, and in here we should select the runtime, that is in our case it is Node, and region will go with this one only, and it's going to create this plan in the backend. So we'll choose the free one. We'll choose the free one, which will be run on the shared infrastructure. Okay, now it is deploying. Now since in this release pipeline we are going to deploy our package to this Azure app services, right? And in the service connection video, we understood that we need a service connection so that our pipeline can authenticate to this target environment, right? And in this video, in service connection video, we also created that service connection already, right? If I go here, so this is the service connection. Okay, so we can use this service connection to in our pipeline to deploy the zip file to our app services. So the app service is ready now. If I browse this, there will not be anything here. So meanwhile we'll go ahead and create the pipeline. So if I go here in this one, I'll choose app service deployment here. I'll say this as a dev stage, Okay, in here we need to select our service connection, available service connection. Okay, so we need to select this one because we chose Linux as the backend for our app service. So if I refresh it, okay, we are not getting anything here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll set up new service connection again. Let us try in this way. So we selected our subscription, and in the backend it is configuring the service connection now. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so now it has it is testing this. So there is one command which we need to keep here. I'll explain. I'll give the link of this article also, but we'll understand why it is required. Okay. So our task is completely configured, and in here the package is there at okay. First of all, we need to provide the artifact source for our pipeline, that is from this project we need to have on this pipeline. Okay, here we can set up the continuous deployment trigger also. Okay, so we can add branch filter. I'll not add anything here, so not the pull request. We can include, so on which branch we want to set up the continuous delivery. So that is on the master branch. Okay, now if I go here in this one, and now I can select our this file. Okay, so this is now a bit kind of a hard-coded one, but we should not do it in this way. But as of now, I'll just keep it like this. Okay, I'll save our, so deploy React App to Azure App Services. Okay, so I'll run this pipeline. We can check the logs. So it has just trying to use this connection, basic React App Service connection. Okay, this is a web service, and it is trying to got service connection details for this app service. Okay, package deployment using zip deploy initiated. Okay, so now we can see all the logs here. It says successfully deployed web package to app service, and it is trying to update app service configuration settings, the one which we passed, this one, and it has updated configurations also. We'll see all these, like where it has done. I'll pause the video. I think it is taking time. Okay, now it has completed all these steps, like successfully updated configuration settings and all. Right, now what we can do is, so now if you see, we can give some good name to our release pipeline. Deploy React App to App Service, renamed release pipeline. Okay, now this is our CI pipeline, and this is our CD pipeline. Now if I go to our target environment, and this is how it was looking. So now if we refresh, right, now our application is successfully deployed. So now what we can do is, I was trying to check, since we have like hard coded this, right, in here if I add app service deployment, right, kind of this setting we need to have, because every time we deploy it is going to have a new zip file, right? So updated package path. Now what we can do is, we'll go to this and create a new branch. Update, kind of, I'll just taking a sample here, and what I'll do is, we'll see whether CICD works or not. In here if I go to app.js, I'll update this hello world. It's okay. Now what I'll do is raise the pull request here. Delete this branch and I'll merge. Okay, now if we go here, our CI is triggered. Okay, it is doing build. I'll pause the video. So our CI is completed. If you see here, then okay, it has published that. Now we'll see our release pipeline. You see the new release is triggered automatically. Now again, now it is deploying. I'll pause it. Okay, so our release pipeline is also completed. Now let us go and refresh the page. You see, hello world, it's amazing here. So it has updated our change. So this complete CI/CD is working now. And the other thing is, let's say if you are deploying to Azure App Service, and if you see some challenges, then what you can do is you can use this kudo here, and development tools are available, and you can go to this location and see whether all the files which you are deploying are coming uh, in Azure App Services or not. So I'll show you that. Okay, so it goes to actually the directory is in site www root. Okay, it's going to take time, so I'll do bash. So in here, if we see cd site cd ls cd www root ls, right? If you see all these files, all the files which are there in public are deployed to this directory, and in this directory we need to run this index.html as a startup file. Okay, so for this one, actually you remember we passed this uh, um, this command. So this is a startup command which does that. So in configuration, okay, it has crashed. So in configuration, that is deployed here. Okay, in configuration, in general settings, if we go, the one which we selected this node, and this is the startup command. Okay, so I'll provide the link of this also to get more information. So thank you for your time. See you in next video.